I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here today. This is the first in a series of fireside chats here at NextPhase. There will be a number of topics that we will discuss, but today we're going to focus on how are organizations becoming more competitive by unlocking the power of data through analytics. And we're joined by Bill Draper. He's the president of NextPhase. Bill is a seasoned executive with many years in multiple functions in the enterprise applications and data analytics space.
Hi, Mike. Glad to be here.
Thanks a lot, Bill. And then we're also joined by Vikas Shripati, who's Director of Professional Services. And Vikas has many years of deep experience and expertise in both developing and delivering complex data analytics solutions.
Hey, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikas. And I'm Mike Connolly. I'm the VP of Client Services. So with that, let's start off with you, Bill. So, obviously, at your level, you're dealing with, multiple, C-level people in, many organizations. What are some of the obstacles that, you're seeing within, or as organizations try to create, their path to an accelerated data-driven culture?
Executives I talk to realize that high-quality data, analytics, and AI are critical components to their future success. But still, some 70% of analytics initiatives fail to meet their objectives. There are four challenges executives face when trying to create a data-driven culture. One is misalignment across business functions. Two is different legacy processes that need to be integrated and, in some cases, retooled. Three, enabling leadership with new skills and focus so they can align with the corporate mission. And lastly, competition for and availability of resources with skills to execute on key initiatives. And so overall, in the act of trying to build a cohesive data strategy and create a data-driven culture, executives we engage with face these four headwinds. If these challenges are overcome, it will put them on a path to realizing efficient and reliable access to quality data and create a data-driven culture.
Great, thanks, Bill. And then because, from your perspective, you're on the ground, working with teams, cross-functional teams, kind of from your view, what are some of the obstacles, like, from a professional services perspective, a DevOps perspective, kind of what are you seeing as you work with these cross-functional teams?
Sure, Mike. So I think Bill summarized it well. I just wanted to elaborate a couple of things on what he talked about. I broadly want to classify the kind of challenges organizations experience into data, people, and processes. So why data is because there are all kinds of data, semi-structured, structured, unstructured, and then you also have different kinds of data silos that exist. All of these need to be integrated, and there is a need to bring about a single source of truth. The second obstacle within data is mostly the infrastructure. We have to live with the current infrastructure as well as enhance it to make it as real-time compliant as possible given different business use cases. The rest of the skills on people are mostly to do with people skills, wherein a lot of existing personnel need to be upskilled. And we also have a bunch of different academic skills, people from fresh out of college who can actually fit into the new age data analytics, particularly driven by cloud acceleration and AI. The last one that I see as a challenge is mostly the processes. Internal processes need to be redefined and educated across different business functions, and that would ensure the success of an analytics implementation. Any approach that we take for an analytics journey to be really successful is because we're handling the change effectively and with the help of the right partner.
Great, thank you, guys. I think the next area, which I think is a logical extension of what we were just talking about, is, as organizations build a roadmap to move to a more accelerated data-driven culture, I think most organizations, and in a lot of cases, they look to some of the third-party partners in the market, or even in some cases analysts such as McKinsey. But what are some of the key data trends that both of you gentlemen are seeing as you work with customers?
On a macro level, successful companies we speak to are trying to reach analytics maturity. And analytics maturity meaning having the ability to push analytics into production. Also the ability to drive analytics to adoption by all business stakeholders. And then ultimately compete on analytics. 4 common characteristics of an analytics mature organization include, number 1, analytics supports a strategic and distinctive capability. Number 2, the approach to and management of analytics is enterprise-wide. 3, senior management is committed to the use of analytics. And the 4th characteristic is a company has made a significant and strategic bet on analytics as a competitive advantage. And some of the more specific data trends that we're seeing to drill down a bit further is companies pushing out real-time analytics. So organizations and their users need immediate insights from their data sources. Real-time analytics allows businesses to react and make informed decisions quickly, and also take advantage of opportunities or predict and prevent problems before they arise. The second trend is companies are pushing out self-service analytics. These enable users to access and analyze data without requiring an extensive background in areas such as data science or business intelligence or even data mining. And thirdly, companies are really trying to consolidate into an automated single data platform. This provides faster access to relevant data, supporting multiple workloads, provides a single source of the truth, and it also affords the ability to share data across divergent functions, lines of business, and extend data out for consumption to partners and customers. So these are the trends that I'm seeing in the marketplace, Mike, and across our client base in terms of companies striving to be analytics competitive in order to stay at the forefront of an ever-changing business landscape.
Great, thanks, Bill. And then because, if you look through, your lens, what are some of the key kind of trends that, you're dealing with teams, day in and day out?
Sure. Yeah, Mike. So I see the need to get data fast. To Bill's point, I think that's a huge accelerator for a lot of our clients as well. They want to get the data sources. They want to get the ETLs running. They want to ensure they can have the insights faster. How fast, it depends on the use case, but now with real-time streaming use cases as well, it can be pretty accurate and probably within a day or even to within an hour, depending on your business use case. This is where probably the central cloud data hub becomes integral, wherein we see a lot of companies migrate to the cloud, embrace the ability to upload the data sources so that they can quickly siphon off insights from these data sources. This not only has cost efficiencies, it has a lot of collaboration opportunities, avoiding duplication across different data marts and data stores. It gives you elasticity, wherein you can quickly scale up databases and clusters with no contention issues. And then it also gives about a single source of truth. You don't really need to replicate any of the existing data that you have, but just keep it at one place. That's pretty much the trend that we see day to day with our clients. The other two, which are probably more focused on insights aspect, is understanding the algorithms behind the AI. User interpretable insights has become pretty significant, wherein business really does not just want to gain the insights from the data, they also want to understand the nature of the algorithms and the drivers behind those insights as well. So that's becoming pretty key, and modern technologies and visualization tools have done a pretty good job. Like Tableau and Power BI are coming up with better integrations to help understand AI, which is readable and understandable by a business user. The other key trend that I think is pretty important among our clients is they're tending to invest a lot in one product-based approach and then scaling it across different business functions. So they are building one success story for one business use case, which is easily being scaled across other business functions. And that's another shift to a product-specific mindset that I see within our client base as well.
Great, thank you. The next kind of question, and I think, for everybody from a global perspective, this has been, one of those years that has been extraordinary, to say the least, right? Given the current circumstances, there does appear to be, great uncertainty, right, looking forward, both, from a socio and economic perspective. How do you gentlemen feel, like, how are companies adjusting and embracing data to be more successful, right, in this kind of, if you want to call it, this new business normal?
Companies are digitizing 20 times faster than anticipated. As a recent McKinsey report pointed out, like I said, these companies are digitizing more rapidly than previously thought possible, at a rate of over 20 times faster. We see increases in remote work, customer demand for online transactions, use of advanced technologies in operations and decision-making, migration of data and assets to the cloud, and many more functions. All of this means that data has been thrust into the center of a company's ability to continue to do business successfully. COVID-19 has really pushed companies to the technology limit at a rapid pace and has really transformed businesses moving forward.
Great. So what I'd like to do, first and foremost, I'd like to thank both Bill and Vikas for their time today and for sharing their insights with us. I'd like to thank everybody else for joining us also. And we look forward to sharing more valuable insights in our future fireside chats as we move forward. So please stay tuned.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.